Hey there, guys. Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back, and today, guys, I want to show off. Well, not show off sounds kind of dickish, but show you guys my collection of Guillermo del Toro movies. I know I kind of messed his first name up. I'm sorry. I apologize. But so far, it was recently announced that. The Pinocchio movie that he made, kind of a semi-live action kind of thing, was announced, and was it Criterion is going to release it? I believe it's Criterion. Don't quote me on that. But it's basically I'm showing you his feature-length movies, not TV shows that he did. He did a very good one that was on Netflix, I believe, called his Box of Curiosities or something, which I checked that out, and it's actually a pretty cool anthology series. But I'm not going to count that. I don't even think that's on video. There might be a bootleg out or something, but just his movies, the main, his main oeuvre of movies. So yeah. So let me arrange these real quick so I can have some kind of something here. Okay. Alright, guys. Okay, let's start off. Now I had never seen this movie until I bought this. Now this movie was huge when it came out. And I didn't see it in the movies, and I think I was kind of slightly turned off about it because it was just so well regarded and it was such a big hit and everything. As far as I can remember, maybe I didn't want to go to it because it was like, oh, the big guy. But it's Pan's Labyrinth. Now this is the Criterion Collection Blu-ray edition of it, and it's really nice. It's got a director's approved transfer, and it's loaded with special features and stuff. It's a 2K digital master, and supervised by the director and everything. But it's a wonderful movie of fantasy and stuff. And he's probably the biggest proponent, I guess you could say, of fantasy films nowadays. Kind of the fantasy horror movies and throwback to Ray Harryhausen and George Romero to a certain degree and everything, and a lot of influence goes into this. And he's a fascinating director. He really knows his film history. It's really good to just listen to him talk about his influences in movies and stuff. But it's got a lot of supplements and everything on here, but it's really good. But after watching it, it was like, man, I really love that movie. So it's definitely a repeat movie to watch. And with October coming up, I may spin it for Halloween. But I would watch it any time of the year. But Pan's Labyrinth, really, really good. Now, this was another movie that I actually watched this on the Criterion channel for the first time. And I just was, scanning through there, and stopped on there for a minute. I was like, And I watched it, and I really, really enjoyed it. So it was probably maybe a year later or something. I went ahead and picked up the Blu-ray edition of it during one of the Barnes and Noble sales. But the movie I'm talking about is Kronos. And this movie came out in 1993. It's in Spanish with English subtitles. It's like I barely remember this when it came out. I know it had a good buzz about it and everything. But man, it's a great movie. It's very well acted. The little girl and I believe her grandfather, mainly around them two, and also concerning this little device, this little mechanical device. I don't want to give away any spoilers on this movie, but really fascinating, really, really good special effects, practical effects, which is really cool. So this movie is man, 30 years already. It's 30 years old, um, and everything. But this is a cool release. Got a new restored high definition transfer, supervised by Guillermo del Toro himself and cinematographer Guillermo Navarro. But yeah, it was really cool. It's got some bonus stuff on here. I don't even think I've watched the bonus stuff yet on this, but really good movie, Kronos. And a lot of these movies, you really have to discover them for yourself um, before I, you know, kind of come across. So that's how I came across a lot of these over the years, and kind of like this one. I had never seen this movie before. This is from 2001. Also a Criterion Blu-ray. This is The Devil's Backbone. And again, another great fantasy, uh, very dark edged movie. Um, kind of concerned. Okay, let me see here. How do I explain this a little bit? Well, it's set during the Spanish Civil War, and it tells the tale of a 12-year-old boy who, after his freedom fighting father is killed, he's sent to a haunted rural orphanage full of terrible secrets. Del Toro expertly combines gothic ghost story, murder mystery, and historical melodrama in a stylish melange. What was that? Melange? I can't even think of it. That, like his later Pan's Labyrinth, reminds us of the scariest moments are often the human ones. So, again, this one kind of centers around a 12-year-old boy and his experiences at that orphanage. And what's weird, like during the Spanish Civil War, there was a bomb dropped, a big bomb, and it like on the cover there, and it kind of landed kind of in the center of the orphanage, but it never went off, and it's always been this thing that sits there, and these kids look at it, and they want to bang on it, and and it's very weird, and it kind of centers around a lot of good stuff. But man, a very good gothic myth, like they said, exactly what he said. Very good gothic suspense, thriller, mystery, uh, very good special effects, a real good ghost story. The Devil's Backbone. And this one goes back to 1997. This was probably the first time I saw a Guillermo del Toro movie. And this is the Blu-ray edition from Miramax slash Paramount. This is Mimic, the director's cut. And I remember this being a big hit. I remember watching it. Really good monster movie. Uh, really good. I see Mira Sorvino is just as good as she was back then. Just hot and a great actress. Doesn't get a lot of credit. Jeremy Northam, Josh Brolin, earlier, kind of an early adult role for Josh Brolin. This is when he kind of disappeared after being a teenager for a while, and then he kind of started coming back. F. Murray Abraham, and a very good role for Charles Dutton. I think he plays one of the cops or people helping out. Really good movie. Uh, the director's cut, I believe, is this one runs 111 minutes, so I think it's a little bit longer than the regular theatrical cut. But really good movie, Mimic. Probably a lot of you guys have seen that out there. Next up, this was a movie. Was another I bought it based on just Guillermo del Toro's good name as a director and stuff. And we forget he's a great director, but he's such a good writer and tell storyteller. Just some of these stuff are so original. These stories, they're almost like Grimm's fairy tales. Very folklorish and stuff like that. And I mean, he's one of the people out there nowadays that you can always expect something interesting and very well made. Um, Nowadays, when they announce there's going to be a new Del Toro movie, you get excited because you know it's going to be more than likely good. Even if it's not that good, it's probably way better than a lot of the schlock that is going to cinemas nowadays. But this was a big hit. I believe it won some Oscars, possibly. This is The Shape of Water, and that was the first time view of it. I mean, I guess you could say a blind buy, but I mean, I knew enough about the movie already, but I just bought it, without ever seeing it. Very good movie, The Shape of Water. Man, really good. It's got a great cast. I wish I could read this box, but it's written in blue and I cannot see it. But yeah, The Shape of Water. It's one of his newer movies that he made in the last 10 years or so. Very, very good. Good love story. And really good. Just very well made. Really like that movie a lot. Now he had a lot of he had a pretty good hit with this, and it was controversial when it first came out because it was a remake of a beloved cult film noir movie from the 40s, and a lot of people are like, they were wanting it to fail, they were wanting to put it down. But what he did was he took the base story and kind of added some stuff in it to make it a little more his own. And I really like what he did with this movie. I'm a big fan of the original 1947's Nightmare Alley. So when this was announced and it came out, I was really excited, actually. I thought that's really cool that he picked a really good film noir that's not Double Indemnity or this or that, not too obscure, but not one that's always talked about. And watched it and loved it. Really good. The cast is really good in this. I mean, you got, gosh, I wish I could read this. It's got Kate Blanchett, the Cooper guy. What's his name? Oh yeah, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper, Kate Blanchett's really good in this. Uh, great story. Not so much a monster story. Not a fantasy movie this time, but more of just a straightforward kind of a mystery thriller kind of thing. But really good, very entertaining. Definitely a rewatchable movie for sure. Very well made, and really enjoyed it a whole lot. Nightmare Alley. Now next up, this is an Arrow Blu-ray release. This is a Region B locked edition. Now this movie I had previously had it on DVD, and I believe it came out in 2011, and I had that DVD and watched it and really enjoyed it. But I wanted to upgrade to the Blu-ray and Arrow's special features for Crimson Peak from 2011. Very, very gothic with a capital G. Kind of a throwback to some hammerish type movies, with a gothic feel, but a little bit more production value, more money, bigger budget, a lot of CGI and stuff like that. But at its root, it's a good old fashioned gothic ghost story that's very good, very good. I've seen this a few times, and I mean the production design, the settings, the decor and costumes, and everything is just so marvelous and well made and stuff. So really cool movie, very interesting. Um, I'm trying to think who's. I mean, it's got Jessica Chastain, Tom Huddleston, Charlie Hunman, and somebody I forgot was in there, Jim Beaver, which he's a great character actor. You may know him from the TV show Supernatural, where he played the God, what was his name? My wife's gonna kill me. She loves Supernatural. The dude with the beard that's always helping the boys on Supernatural. But anyways, he's in that. Very good ghost story again. He's a really good weaver of ghost stories and folklore and everything. Next up, this was also an upgrade. I had a DVD for very many years. Seen this a lot of times. This was a big hit. It's even been rebooted and remade by somebody else. That's how, how Hollywood is just so out of ideals right now. But anyways, this is the 4K Blu-ray of Hellboy. And again, another great movie by Guillermo del Toro. I mean, this has a lot of extras, some new extras, a lot of carryover stuff. But otherwise, very big movie, very entertaining. I want to say this is probably like my second or third Del Toro movie I ever saw. But yeah, Hellboy, y'all know Hellboy. But yeah, very good. It looks really good on the 4K side of things. Now next up, I got 2 DVDs that I haven't upgraded yet. I mean, I may not, I don't know. But this is a Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, and I only have a DVD edition of it. But yeah, I mean, it's not as good as the first one. I'm trying to remember, because me and my son was kind of into it a little bit when he was younger, when he was about 6, 7. He really enjoyed this, and I can't remember if I enjoyed this one was better than the first one, or the first one's better. I think it's the first one's the best one, but this one's got a whole lot more stuff to it. It's bigger. It's got a lot more going for it. A lot of cool makeup, a lot of special effects. And Ron Perlman is Hellboy. Just really great actor. He works very well with Del Toro. He's been in almost all his movies, just about. But yeah, there you go. Hellboy 2, the Golden Army. God, I almost forgot it. And finally, guys, this is another DVD. Probably will upgrade this to Blu-ray at some point. I'm hoping maybe a company will put this out, like Arrow or something. This is like screaming Arrow all over it and everything. And I've only seen this once, but it's really good. It's really good. It's huge. Literally, it's huge. This is Pacific Rim, and from what I can remember, it was a pretty big. It was a decent hit, at the time. And but again, you got Ron Perlman. You got was it Charlie? Yeah, Charlie Hunnam. Is in this one. He was also in Crimson Peak. Yeah, you might also remember him from, I think, Sons of Anarchy. He was in that. But yeah, it's got a great cast. Charlie Day, Ron Perlman, a bunch of people. But overall, I mean, he's working with Guillermo Navarro again as a cinematographer. But man, huge movie. This is what a Godzilla movie should be, They've tried doing Godzilla so many times. I mean, they did good with Shin Godzilla. That was a good one. But this is, before all those Godzilla movies started rebooting and everything, we had this. But this is his spin on the, type of Godzilla type monster movie. But very good, very action-packed and all that. And that's the 2-disc Warner Brothers DVD. So there you go, guys. There's the Guillermo del Toro movies that I have so far. I probably will eventually upgrade Hellboy 2 and Pacific Rim, and of course add Pinocchio when that comes out. But yeah, he's a fascinating director, writer, director, creator. I mean, he's so talented. He's one of a kind. He's one of our best directors out there still doing it. He's young enough to where he's not in the old school, but he's not young enough to be in what's going on now. But he's always kind of on the forefront of new technology and creating stuff and blending CGI with practical effects and stuff like that. So it's his movies look like nothing else you can think of. Really like him, like his movies, love his movies. So there you go, guys. So there's some movies. You may not have some of those. Jot them down, put them on your list of things to see or get, and get them. But for us collectors out there, there's some good additions right there. And everything. So, but you can probably catch them streaming, I'm sure, on some platforms. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Guillermo del Toro, his movies, his career, his talent. Let me know some of that stuff, and make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm, apparently, and all that good stuff. So I will be back again soon with another episode to inspire and entertain you. Not really, but I will be back with another episode. So thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll see you later.